All right, there we go. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm good. I've had a very, very good week.
I'm glad to hear that.
I wait, hold on. I gotta answer this real quick.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm back now. So, b- I landed on an absolute gold mine on a Facebook Marketplace deal.
All right.
Uh, so about a year and a half to 2 years ago, I I bought this PlayStation Vita and I modded it myself, and basically you can I had it to where I could download any game that I wanted to off like onto the system without having to plug it in or anything. And I mean, after a while, I just got to the point where I was like, I don't need this anymore, because I had the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally that could allegedly emulate all of these games, and that was like the main reason that I had the Vita was for emulation, and because like the Vita does not have like a good library at all, and
Sadly.
so when I was looking around on Facebook Marketplace and I saw a deal that seemed too good to be true. It was a guy saying desperately looking for a PlayStation Vita, and he said, "I have a trade. I'm willing to trade my Steam Deck OLED for a PlayStation Vita." And
That sounds way too good to be true.
yeah, so I commented on it and I said, "Hey, I'm interested. Uh, if you're still looking for a PlayStation Vita, just come by my office, DM me for the address." Because like at that point, there's no way I could lose because either they're not going to come or they are going to come, and they can't rob me. There's people everywhere. So I I I forget about it. Like a week and a half goes by, and I get a message from this guy out of nowhere. It's like, "Hey, the last guy fell through. Do you still have the Vita?" And I was like, "Yeah, I still have the Vita." And he said, "All right, I'm going to come by. I'm gonna come back." He said, "I'm gonna come by later in the afternoon." And I told Emily about it, and I was like, there's no way this is gonna happen." But the guy said he's coming by this afternoon. This afternoon for this guy, it turned out to be an hour later, and now I have a Steam Deck OLED, and it's not only is it a Steam Deck OLED, it is a very well cared for Steam Deck OLED, and it's it's still like he must have bought it and then just didn't want to mess with Linux that much and never used it because it still has the new Steam Deck OLED smell. I don't know how like familiar you are with Steam Decks, but like it's a big meme to sniff the vents,
No,
and
I didn't know
that
that, but I'm not surprised. I'm guessing it's like the new car smell.
it is. It's and like okay, when I got my original Steam Deck, I can promise you that like I did not think I was gonna smell the vent, but the first time I smelled it, I was like, "Holy crap, that's good." I want a car air freshener with that smell, and you can bet your bottom dollar that the second I turned on the Steam Deck OLED and it still smelled new, I went to I went to sniff it and I was like, "Oh, it still got it."
God, you
And,
druggies.
to even on the same day, 2 weeks ago, I found a service online that can allegedly mod your Switch for you. Uh, for like people that don't know, if you have a Switch Lite or a Switch OLED or a certain model of the OG Switch, you cannot mod it unless you put a mod chip in it, which includes opening up your Switch and
Yeah,
you have to
because I
open
learned
it
from
up.
the first fucking edition of the Switch.
Yeah, and so you have to like open it up. And you have to solder on a mod chip. And like I watched a YouTube video, and I was like, "There is not a chance in hell that I could do this without screwing it up." And I found a service online, and I was iffy about it because they said you pay me $80. It includes the chip. All you have to do is send me your Switch. I'll install it and I'll send it back. And like I wasn't gonna do it, but then I started reading. Like it was an overwhelming. It was like hundreds of reviews, and I was like, I don't really play my Switch too much anymore. So I mean, the worst thing that's gonna happen is I lose $80 in my Switch. So
Fair.
I and plus Etsy has protection for like if something bad happens. So like I was like I don't really have a whole lot to lose here. I sent it off on the same day that I got the Steam Deck OLED. My modded Switch came back, and allegedly it's very difficult to use. It's very difficult to get those games on there allegedly.
I can imagine.
So yeah, I've been playing with the Steam Deck OLED, which has the. I thought that the only difference was the screen, but Valve actually did a lot to improve the Steam Deck, like the way it feels when you hold it. The buttons feel better to push. All kinds of stuff. Um, and I've been really enjoying it, man.
I can imagine. Someday I'll have a a Steam OLED.
Wait,
Someday.
say that one. Oh, someday you'll have one.
Someday. Someday.
Well, speaking of things that are fantastic, we are back with another episode of Resident Evil movie and review.
Yes. And now it's like my favorite of the live action ones.
Yeah, and I don't remember if you had said it on the podcast or not, but we had talked about how you had actually watched these movies before you knew that it was a video game franchise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we said it like the first episode of the movie was, but yeah, I remember I watched this movie because I remember my cousin had it on DVD, and that was like around the time when I came to the States, like a few years afterwards. So you can imagine I was a little kid,
Yeah.
and yeah, having not had too much access to the internet or like played it or had any like access to like PlayStation or anything. Hell, my first console was like a GameCube, and I never knew of like the more mature games until like way later. Yeah, this was like my first introduction to Resident Evil, actually.
I honestly couldn't even tell you I want to say like my introduction to Resident Evil was maybe like G4 videos of Resident Evil 4, and then from there I saw like a back back when like animated music videos were like a big thing on YouTube. There was one really good one where they took a bunch of clips from what's would you call the cutscenes in the original Resident Evil like 2 and 3 in particular? Would you call those CG?
Yeah, those are CG.
Yeah, that's what I figure that's what I was just looking for the word. Uh, but yeah, like they took a bunch of the CG cutscenes and they paired it with Thriller by Michael Jackson, and I was like, this is awesome. Uh, but yeah, I really think Resident Evil 4 was like my first touchstone with the series. So it's interesting that yours was the movies because I didn't watch the movies until long after I was introduced to the franchise as a video game.
Yeah, to be fair, I like this might sound very stupid of me, but I never connected this to the games for like years. Because I didn't like I just for me it was just a movie. Like even after I learned like the Resident Evil games, I didn't make the connection between like, oh, they're the same for like years on.
Yeah. Uh, so just getting into this movie, um, I do you want me to start, or you want to give your like surface level thoughts before we get into talking about the movie?
Well, mine are kind of short, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say them. Um, this movie has really fun scenes, and this scene also has some really stupid scenes that we're gonna discuss as we go through.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely has that for sure.
But it's overall very enjoyable.
Yeah, I really do think that this is such an improvement over the Resident Evil 1. I liked, as ridiculous as some of these characters were, I still feel like they were a lot more believable and likable than any of the characters in Resident Evil 1. I liked the set pieces more. You had more. I mean, the lab was fine. It was cool, but it's you have
It was
Raccoon
generic.
City. You have
The lab
Raccoon
was
City in this
generic.
movie. It was very generic. It was a lot of the same environments over and over again with just different places in said environment, but they still all looked the same. And
Yeah,
here you've got a graveyard, you've got a church that the church scene was really good. You've got the city streets. I mean, you've got plenty of room to grow and explore the city, and I feel like they do a really good job doing that. Uh, like you said, I do agree with you that there are plenty of ridiculous scenes that were just stupid, and but I still enjoyed this movie way more than the first one.
that's fair. That's fair. All right. So, do you want to start going through like stuff that we find interesting, or just pick at our brains?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All
Uh,
right. I got one like really one that just kind of blew my mind. Like after thinking about it, Jill's introduction.
are you talking about how she just walks into the police station and just starts shooting people randomly, and
Yes, nobody does anything to help.
they're just like, oh, that's Jill.
Like
Uh,
I even wrote because like even in the news you see like she's a disgrace cop. Like yeah, I'm pretty sure she's not allowed to just randomly start shooting civilians. Like even if they are turning into zombies.
yeah. Another thing for me is I don't know if this is ever a thing that is in the Resident Evil lore, but the zombies in the ground never come out, right? Like that's not how it works.
Oh, you mean in the graveyard?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's not how it works at all. I even wrote it down. Like that was just silly. Yeah,
like
it works on like the virus has to like host like get into like a living person for it to start working, not like not a being.
yeah, like my thing, like I think it happens in Code Veronica, like at the very beginning, but that's like the one time that it happens. And but like I even thought like I thought about this for a day or two, and I was like, that no, that doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Uh, Me and you talked about the helicopter scene where he jumps out of a helicopter while it's in the air, and he's able to perfectly get every headshot with two pistols as he's falling down, and then he's just he has a rappel rope, right?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
he sticks the Mission Impossible landing.
Yeah, it's like as I was watching it, I was like, I understand that we're shooting zombies, and there's already a level of disbelief here, but come on.
I mean, I raised you the part of what was her name? Alice going running down a building with like a tether rope and shooting everybody in the face.
Now, is this the scene?
Towards the end of the
I've
movie when they tried to commandeer the helicopter.
oh yeah, yeah. Now, is this the movie where they recreate the Code Veronica helicopter run? I
I
know they do.
I
It's
don't know
in
what the
one of the
helicopter run
movies.
is.
It's where she's running through the hallway and the helicopter's like shooting behind her
Yes,
perfectly the whole way. That's this movie, right?
yeah, that's this movie, but a little bit later after the one where she goes down the rope.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where
It also it also like I noticed it copied from like the begin like one of the cutscenes from Code Veronica is where they tell her to drop her weapon and she like drops down and grabs it
yeah,
as it's
yeah, yeah,
falling.
yeah, yeah. I remember that part. Uh, I I really appreciated how they had Carlos and Yuri and Nikolai. That was the other one, right?
Yeah, all I would say was Nikolai was way too nice.
Yeah,
That's
Nikolai
not the
isn't.
Nikolai we know.
Yeah, he's an asshole in the games.
Yeah, that's what I was like. This is not our Nikolai.
Yeah, we got Canadian Nikolai in this movie. Uh,
uh,
but yeah, I liked their character dynamic. Uh, while I thought Jill looked the part. She still was. I feel like Jill in the game, even in Resident Evil 3, was not like this.
I mean,
Like,
if I could like put my 2 cents there, um, I think like as you said, costume wise, oh my god, they really translated that well.
yes, that's what I mean. Like, costume, like look wise, they did fantastic. That actress is
Yeah,
great. Uh,
yeah. She's just too mean. I think that's the main thing.
yeah, and like
Jill
as
has
I
some
was
humor.
Yeah, like the whole time I was watching it, I was like, Jill's not like this. Like she's
I, you know
good.
what? I kind of get the idea. They made get the main thing. Like this movie started taking themselves way too seriously.
Yes, and that's like the main problem that we get as we get later on in these films.
Oh God.
They never stop taking themselves too seriously, and then we get to a movie like Welcome to Raccoon City, and then we realize that they're not taking us seriously anymore.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, I am so looking forward to you. I'm especially looking forward to you having to watch the Netflix series.
I mean,
On that one, I'm going to give you like a few weeks because it's 8 episodes, and you're going to want to pace yourself.
right.
Like,
Damn it.
and this is just future spoilers, kind of. But I remember watching the Resident Evil Netflix series like you would watch a train wreck. Like I would, like I would watch it and I would be like, oh man, that hurt. And then I would just watch the next episode. Like I was excited to do it. I was less, I would no, I was more hurt by the Resident Evil Netflix series than the Halo TV series
Ooh.
because at least the Halo TV series they tried to correct themselves. The Resident Evil Netflix series, they just went full tilt wrong way the entire time.
I am not
Uh,
looking forward to this like at all.
but yeah, so getting back to this movie, I can't remember what was the guy with the gold pistols. What was his name?
Ah, LJ.
I love LJ. He could do no
LJ
wrong.
was the best character.
Like even bef-
My only gripe with LJ is that he did not get like one final joke in at the end of the movie.
I know, and he deserved it. He really did
He
deserve it.
deserved it.
Uh, LJ was great, and I mean that just continues on with the good job they did with the casting. Jill was a little bit too mean, but it was cool that she was here. I like the the fact that we had the was it were they stars or umbrella? No, they were were they
I mean, they
umbrella or
had both. They
stars?
had the stars on the Umbrella Corps and the
Y-
Umbrella
Yeah,
Soldiers, which
Umbrella was Carlos in them, right?
yeah,
Okay, that's
and
what I
the
thought.
stars. And I was gonna say more movies need sniper cowboys.
Oh yeah, the Sniper Cowboy was legit, man. Uh, oh, going back to the beginning of the movie, I really liked seeing the scene where they go and get the professor before things are kicking off.
Yeah,
It reminded me of Dawn of the Dead, how that movie starts off with the idyllic neighborhood, suburbia, and then like everything just goes full tilt the wrong way almost immediately. I really like that.
yeah,
Um, I and this I appreciate that the movie starts almost the same exact way that the first movie ends. But like I wish it wasn't there. Like I wish they would have either taken it out of the end of the first movie or just left it out of this movie because it just
yeah.
felt like and I get that like these movies came out like a year or two apart, but at the same time like I watched these movies like a week or two apart and I was like I just watched this.
I know
Uh,
this part.
yeah. Uh, I still feel that, and I will continue to feel this way, that Alice is the weakest part of the entire franchise, which is a problem for the main character.
Yeah, it's a big problem. I don't know if you know this, but I'm pretty sure you do. Yeah, the Mia Yakovich, I think her name is.
Mila,
It's the yeah, she's the wife of the director.
yeah, I knew that. Which is really funny because after they finished the Resident Evil franchise, he did another Capcom. He did a Monster Hunter
Monster
movie, and she
Hunter.
was
I heard
yeah.
that shit. I heard that sucked.
You know what? I might tack it on at the end of this review just to make us both watch it.
Don't. Why do you do this to us?
We'll turn it into Capcom movies in review. We'll throw the Street Fighter movies in there too.
Okay, I don't mind the Street Fighter movies.
I've never seen them.
Uh, we get Chun-Li's shower scene. Positives.
Oh well, you know what? You sold it. Uh, I actually Speaking of Street Fighter movies, did you watch the latest Mortal Kombat movie that came out like a year or two ago?
Oh,
It, wa- it
let me
was a,
let me.
it was they had put it out on HBO Max.
I think I did. Give me a
That
second.
was a really good video game movie.
Was that the one where like they all had to learn to do like their super moves?
I don't remember that much about it. I just remember it came out in like 21 or 22. Probably 21.
Okay, give me a second. I don't know why PC is kind of slow for the internet. I There's a 2023 one.
Was it really?
Oh, no, never mind. This was a direct to video.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, I just really do not remember it being that's. I'm here. Let me see. Mortal Kombat 2021.
Yeah,
Yes.
2021. Yeah, I watched that one.
Yeah, that was
It was all right. Again, not too big a fan of the main character, but whatever.
fair. Uh, getting back to it. Uh, I thought the church scene was really cool. With
Oh,
the
I find it cool too, but I have some thoughts about the the shirt scene.
are your thoughts the fact that she rides the motorcycle into the liquor and then shoots two bullets perfectly into the gas tank to explode it?
My question is, how the fuck she know that Laker was there? How did you
Uh,
tell
she
she knows they were there?
she was just like, "Hey, that's a big window. Something's got to be in there." Did okay? This is this is the real question. Did they fire any bullets at the liquor before this?
Yeah, they did. They were like trying to shoot. They were trying to shoot at them and missing like horribly.
Oh, that's probably how she knew. She's probably like in the area and she heard the gunshots
Yeah, but you like, yeah, you could hear the gunshots, but like, when did you decide like jumping through the window was the best idea?
because it looked
And then
cool.
you were gonna hit a liquor like right in the face specifically.
I just wanted to let you know. Every time we've said liquor, my brain's wanted to say clicker.
No, bad.
Uh, but
Also,
I
speaking of the liquors, I kind of wish they would have kept them blind.
were they not blind in this movie?
No, they had like heat vision.
Oh yeah, that's right. Uh, but that being said, I did like the liquor design of this movie more than the first one.
Oh yeah, like you can see like the like when even I even wrote it down, like you can actually see like an upgrade to the CGI.
And just talking about things that looked good, I thought Nemesis looked good, but he was too short.
Same.
he was a
Uh,
he was a normal ass man.
oh, let me a second. I know I wrote
Nemesis
it
was
down here.
5'11".
Yeah. Yeah. Nemesis looked amazing. Like really like on point. But he just felt a little short. He just felt so short, especially since like the last time I saw Nemesis was the RE3 remake.
Yeah, and like it's not always painfully obvious how short he is, but one of the
Oh, I'm
last scene.
sorry. I could not get over it. It's just it's it's something I could not stop seeing like throughout like every scene he appeared in.
Well, I was about to say like one of the last scenes he appears in where he I think he might get shot or something, and he drops his gun. In that scene, I was like, my God, he's so small.
I was gonna say like the part where she's fighting with Alice, just fist fighting. He looks so tiny.
And that's another thing. Like I understand that Alice is like a super powered uh person at this point, but I still don't think that she should be able to run a fade on Nemesis with her hands.
I don't think so either. Like my main thing is like I noticed the feet a little too soon. And he just kind of looked like he's like has like the big platform shoes, like the big emo gauze platform shoes the whole time.
Oh yeah, and like again, this was just a product of the times back then. They weren't really doing CGI for like stunts and all that,
Oh
but it
no,
was
I think it's fine. Like I understand what they went for, but
and but
couldn't they
like it
have
was
gotten
like
a taller person?
no. What I was meaning to say is like it was always painfully obvious that like in the stunts they were using wires.
You know what? I don't mind that. because I actually like really love like the old kung fu movies. So it's like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Uh, yeah, and it's never a thing in the games where they have complete control over Nemesis, right? Like it's always they just let him loose and he just knows to kill the Stars members.
Oh no, he like they actually have full control of Nemesis at the beginning, and like as he gets damaged, like you know how he has like he has the jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, as he starts losing the jacket, basically they lose control of him because like the mutation is just kind of like overpowering everything.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember that part.
Yeah,
Uh,
like he still has his main mission, which is like kill every Stars member. But but like instead of like being controlled like to like be very like I don't know direct about his approach, now just destroy everything in the way.
but yeah. All that being said, like other than his height, I thought the Nemesis was very well done. Uh,
Oh, one thing I also want to give the movie props. I love zombie kids.
oh, I was about to forget the school scene. That was so good. The zombie kids were
Yes.
so good.
Speaking of the school scene, the dogs look good again.
Yes, the dogs were fantastic as well. Uh, I really, I would say that the one character that I did not care for a lot, I did not care for the reporter.
Oh, she
Uh,
deserved like every fucking bite those kids took out of her.
oh yeah, uh, yeah. I would say she was the one character that I really just did not care too much for. Um,
Mine was
Everybody
Alice.
else, well, yeah, I'm talking about like other characters besides Alice.
No,
Uh,
I actually wrote down. I still can't find Alice interesting, even though they're trying so hard.
yeah, and how many times are we gonna have to hear? I worked for the Umbrella Corporation as their head of security.
Also,
Uh,
oh yeah, I speaking of Alice, remember when like her first fight was Nemesis, where she's like being followed and they go like into a building?
yeah, and he busts through the wall.
Yeah, that part was cool, but like, yeah, she like goes down a chute and then like lands on a container and actually like save herself from the explosion.
Yes,
That shit was plastic. Do you see how much that shook?
yes. Al- I was also a little bit annoyed at how easily the wall crumbled when she shot at it.
I mean, the infrastructure in Raccoon City is just bad. Like,
Yeah,
Umbrella
that's it.
Corporation has just been cutting corners.
That city was going under no matter what.
Yes.
Uh, but yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to touch on. Um, I think that this is the last truly good of these movies, of these live action Mila Jovovich movies.
Oh
Uh,
God, really? Like, I
yeah,
actually had like some hopes. Like some of the other ones were like decent.
Extinction, which is the next one, is good. Extinction is good. I remember being super excited for it when it came out, but it's where they really start to deviate. Like you're not gonna see like in Resident in the next movie, you're not gonna go see like the Ganados in a village or anything. Uh, and all of the movies that follow this and this franchise, what you end up getting is you get random locations that just happen to have things from the games in them.
Oh God damn it! This is
Like
gonna
I
hurt. This is gonna be terrible.
like I'm pretty sure in the fourth movie you get they're in this giant tower in the middle of a city and the executioner from RE5 shows up.
Great.
It's stuff like that. Uh there's still never like no, that's a lie. It does get kind of offensive. Oh, but like I remember the final chapter, this which is the seventh movie, I think. I
God
went to
damn it!
yeah, there's seven. Uh, they could have stopped that number at about five, but they went to seven.
You gotta stop the two. Two was good.
There was literally a movie. It came out. I think it was the fifth movie. Uh, the fifth movie feels like the filler in an anime. Like you could completely take that out and probably not miss anything.
God damn it.
But I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you cheat yourself out of that.
Yeah, you want me to suffer.
That's right. Uh,
Okay, I had like another thought of like speaking of the other movies. I like the way they connected this movie to the first one, like in the whole like that character became Nemesis stuff.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I hated like how like the cinematography and like how they made it, but I still like the connection.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. Uh, so yeah, I don't think that there is any question that this is the top of the list.
Yeah, yeah. Up to now,
So
yes.
uh, that's going that. I'm thinking here. Maybe is it Damnation the one in the airport?
Yeah,
That'll probably top it. I really like that movie a lot.
I
Uh,
like I liked it. I like it as well too. I, yeah, I think I'm probably gonna put it above this one too as well. But yeah, also wanted to add two things. One, Psychic Al is just kind of still stupid as fuck.
there there are like psychic characters in like Code Veronica, right? In there,
No, no one is psychic.
she floats, doesn't she?
Veronica?
Yeah, isn't there like a scene where she like floats down some stairs?
Not that I remember, but then again, like she's like always using her powers, like the virus powers.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking. I might just be thinking of like a fan edit or something.
I mean, I can see like because I remember the scene going down the stairs. I remember her burning her clothes off, like when she like basically goes into first phase.
That might be what I'm thinking of. Uh,
But yeah, no one is psychic. Like there's connections to like I mean like you could like make an argument for like Sadler controlling Leon, but that's
that's
more
a
like him.
parasite. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like that's more like him controlling the parasite than controlling like Leon or anything.
Well, if you thought the psychic powers were egregious here, wait till three.
Oh god damn it! I hate you.
It gets so much worse.
Ah, hate
I'm
you.
pretty sure she lights like there's a swarm of infected crows, and I think she lights them on fire with her mind.
Damn it!
But
I'm not
yeah,
looking forward to this.
no. Extinction is still good. It's just egregious. Every
Oh
movie after
god.
that was a guilty pleasure for me, except for the final chapter. I watched that movie in the theaters with my ex-wife. We walked in the very first screening. It was a Friday night screening, and there
Yeah.
was nobody but us in the theater.
Oh god, that's a horrible sign.
And then I walked out, and I was like, "That was bad. I kind of want my money back."
Oh man.
Uh,
There's one thing we haven't mentioned though. That's
what's that?
very important. We have to mention GTA, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, the greatest line in the entire movie.
By far.
Some might say the entire franchise.
Oh, and I'm gonna put my money down for a whole franchise.
Well, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
I hate that I'll have to watch the next few movies,
Oh, I
like the
love
live
that you.
action ones. I
I
love the
love that you
CGI
have.
movies.
I love how you have to. Well, there's a CGI movie towards the end that is very bad. Infinite Darkness.
That's the series. I watched it already.
Well, you gotta watch them again. That's just how it works.
Fuck. You know what's
Did,
funny? I've watched it twice. You know what's funny?
did you
I
like
don't
it?
remember anything from it.
I thought the Infinite Darkness was extremely forgettable.
Like I remember like the first time I watched it, I was like I put it on, and I was like, I think I was sick that time, and I watched and I watched through the episodes, and then at the end I was like, what did I watch? I don't remember like anything that happened, and I watched it
Yeah.
again like I want to say either this year or last year, and I held in a little bit more information this time, but I still couldn't tell you what happened.
Well, you're gonna remember it in like 3 months when we finally get there.
Oh god damn it. Okay, so
Well,
by the way, what's the name of the next movie? Because I don't remember like the names of the movies for like the live
wait.
action ones.
Hold on. I don't know. Let me see if Extinction is next, or if, I've got a list. Hold on. I've got a spreadsheet.
Yes, you do. You always have a spreadsheet.
it's what keeps me prepared. Next is Extinction, and then I'll go ahead and read the list off here. Uh, we've got. Hold on, there's something I'm forgetting on this list. I feel. Maybe not. Okay, so we've got Resident Evil Extinction, Resident Evil Degeneration, Resident Evil Afterlife, which is the next. Okay, so Degeneration was the CGI one. Afterlife is the sequel to Extinction. Then we have Retribution, which is the sequel to Afterlife. Then Resident Evil Damnation, which is another CGI movie. Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, that's the last of the live action ones. Resident Evil Vendetta, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, Resident Evil Netflix, and then Resident Evil Death Island.
Netflix, death. Oh, I know what you're forgetting, and I don't want to mention it.
You got to. What is it?
Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yep. Hold on, I'll put it in here. That way I'll know to fix it eventually. Which I'm pretty sure Welcome to Raccoon City was after the Netflix series. Let me see. I'm going to Google that real quick. Welcome to Raccoon City. That movie was in 2021. Resident Evil Netflix was 2022. So yeah, Raccoon City was before Netflix.
Oh, okay. So between Vendetta and Infinite and Netflix. I mean, in between Infinite Darkness and Netflix, I guess.
Yes. It is going to be really hard to get that screwed over that fast.
That's gonna hurt going through that little sprint. Infinite Darkness, Raccoon City, and Netflix.
God, that's gonna. Infinite Darkness won't be too bad because at least it's separated into 4 parts that are kind of digestible.
Maybe we'll see.
Well, I think that's all we got for today. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you for joining me, buddy.
Thanks for having me, and oh god, I'm not looking forward to a good bit of this.
I'm
Why do you
looking
torture
forward.
me so?
I'm looking forward to all of it. Bye, buddy.
Oh, you owe me so mad. See ya.